I've been watching a lot of videos about buying aluminum boats, and in this one video, a buyer's guide, the guy said that he uncovered the floor of the aluminum boat and it was fully corroded with all this white pitting on the bottom of the aluminum floor, and he didn't understand what it was from because there was only wood in there. So wood isn't metal, but the thing is that the wood, the pressure treated lumber that they put in the boat, had a copper layer on it, or copper varnish, and the copper just eats away at the aluminum. So what happened in Lebanon, where 3,000 phones just go crazy on people, you would have to think that, did each phone have was each phone tampered with? Okay, yeah, that's one way of looking at things, but that doesn't technically make a whole lot of sense. The other way is to think about it is that, oh, it was goofed in the supply chain. Okay. And then the third way would be like, not every phone, every fridge, every piece of electronics has the capability to go crazy. So I seen this other video on YouTube, a YouTube short, and they show that little chip, and they just keep zooming in, and like, it's insane how crazy one chip is, like how many sub chips are in the chip, and it just, how much it just amplifies down. So technology being weird. Oh, I already felt like technology was weird and that they weren't telling us the full truth. Thinking about radiations and impacts on fertility. But I also thought that, imagine if someone had to get a forced shot or something like that, and imagine that was embedded in you now, and imagine that, oh, it's so crazy to think that a vitamin injection could, a forced vitamin injection, because everyone's getting sick, so they make everyone get forced vitamin injections, that something in there could be put in so that way if something else needs to be added, it could react with it. Checkmate. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I was just like, I don't think that each phone was screwed around with. I think that all electronics have batteries. Batteries are a perfectly fine thing for them to be like, oh, out of 1 million batteries, 1% of them catch fire. You know, it's just something that could happen. It's just so like, it's so easy to gaslight and be like, oh, well, there's a billion of them out on the road. They don't do that every day. But the fact that they were able to do such a thing with the pagers over there just goes to show that, wow, that was like a real mask off moment. That was a real, like, oh, they'll get you. And I just feel like a lot of people, the different polar fields of people's thinking is that nothing can happen, you're being paranoid, and the other side of people is the more fringer, more smaller people think that if it can happen over there, it can happen over here. If someone can go around the world and force you to work in a sweatshop, then essentially why couldn't they, in a weird turn of events, why couldn't you be forced to work in a sweatshop here? Why not? Why not? If it's their reality, essentially, why couldn't it be your reality? So it just made me think that the food itself isn't even that good, but to have things that can, technology, to have different products put into the body, like Neuralink, you just don't know what that could do. No one knows what that could do. And even if in like think of it like this, that before people would say, every single phone call's recorded, and then you'd be like, that's bullshit, Tom, no one's listening to your phone call. But then you're like, no, I know for sure that they can hear everything on the phone. Now in 2024, it's like, oh yeah, there's huge database collection in the desert where they have everything logged. So it's just in the nomenclature now, everyone knows. But in 100 years, 30 years, 20 years from now, imagine what they'll say. Well, obviously, if the statute of limitations is passed, who cares about what that technology could do, or this or that, the fine print of things. They'll never properly share that information with you. So in Canada, that country, they basically get all their medicine from another country. What does that even mean? What's that even mean? That's crazy. All the medicine, pretty much. So you just have to think that how safe could things be? You'd just be in your mind, you would have to, think about BPAs in the plastic. And now for electronics, you should always be thinking like, instead of having my phone charging right near my head when I'm sleeping, maybe it should be in a whole other bedroom. Maybe I should just unplug the Wi-Fi. It just gets you thinking more openly. So I know people 100% know what I'm talking about. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.